How's it going? Some of my Instagram followers sent me some of their photos, so today we're gonna edit them. We're hopping in. We're gonna start off on this GTR photo. Going into the settings, this was sent to me by RNY Photography. His settings for this were shutter speed 1/60, f11, and ISO 400. Honestly, for the conditions that it's in, really good settings, to be honest with you. When I do my rolling photos, I typically do what the speed of the car is gonna be or under the speed of the car. If I'm on the interstate, the fastest shutter speed I'll have is around 1/70, but typically I'm down to 1/40, 1/30. 1/30 is really hard to capture in, but I think that's as low as I typically go on the interstate. F11, he's adjusting for his other settings, ISO 400, but we're gonna start editing this photo. First off, you need a polarizer on your camera. Get an ND filter and a polarizer. There's one right here that you can get on Amazon. I have it on my camera. It's actually sitting right here. Get one of these. If you turn it, it makes it darker, as well as if you turn it this way, it polarizes, so it gets rid of that reflection and all the reflections off the car. With the ND filter as well, you can close your ND filter a little bit, and you can drop your f-stop from f11 down to probably f4. Some rollers that I shoot, I'm down in f4, f5, so using a ND filter, since it's letting less light into the camera, you can drop it down a little bit more. They're pretty expensive, but they're worth your money. You can take them everywhere and you can get tons of great shots with them and use them for everything. Car photos. When I first started, I didn't have an ND filter, and then after I got one, it makes the photos look 1,000 times better. So just go ahead and buy yourself one. We're still gonna edit your photo. So we're gonna come in here and let's down the exposure a little bit. Contrast, you can take up the contrast, highlights out, shadows down. Let's bring shadows up a little bit. Whites up just a little bit. I'll take out some of those blacks. And we're gonna go over to our curve mask, amp up our reflections just a little bit. Our highlights, I guess. Take this down just a little bit. I don't like a lot of really dark black in all my photos, so I like to take some of the black out. So we are gonna try to take some of that black out with the curve. So not too much. We can almost do that. Let's do a little bit more. So like right here in the front of the photo where the GT or the front bumper of the GTR is, we can bring that back into play. Oh, let's not do that. We can bring that back by taking some of those shadows out. Right there looks good. Go down here to our colors. There's not a lot of color in this image, so we gotta kind of put some in. I'm going to take our vibrance up a little bit and our saturation up a little bit. We're gonna come over here to our greens. Since we have a little green in the background, not as much. You can click, I'm on Mac, so you can click option and you can see where you are adjusting your colors. So there's not a lot of green in the photo, actually. I thought there would be. I think it's more yellow, and I would be right. So we can either add green or we can take out the green. Let's take it out and go more towards that yellow. Cyans, not a lot. Blues, not a lot. Purples, not a lot. There's not a lot of color in this photo. All right, so then we're gonna go to our midtones. Let's do this. Let's go to the orange. Let's dive into that orange a little bit more. Shadows, I'm gonna copy my shadows and my midtones are gonna be around the same. Let's actually go to I don't know what color this is. This greenish, and then come to these highlights. We'll go to the highlights and take them to the oranges as well. We'll take our textures, and we are going to take our textures up just a little bit. Clarity down. All right, then we're gonna stop. We are going to go over to our color curves. We just wanna make a little S right here. What we'll do is we'll copy this to all of our other color curve channels. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back and do mask on the whole photo. We're gonna mask, I always start with the car because that's our main subject. So we'll start with the car first. Going to up the shadows a little bit, then use black and kind of go back just a little bit. Contrast, let's see. Take the contrast down a little bit, and let's take some of those highlights out so we're less aggressive on the windshield of the car. And then what if we expose the whole car? Not really liking it. We're gonna duplicate and invert the car mask so it gets everything else in the image besides the car. Let's see. I'm gonna decrease the clarity, dehaze the background. This image is throwing me off because the highlights on the windshield of the car are a lot more bright, like a lot brighter than the rest of the car. So let's see, let's duplicate this. Let's duplicate our car mask Actually, let's not do that. Let's go back and let's make another car mask, because now I want to go back and I want to adjust the back side of the car. So we're going to go into the car mask. We're going to subtract from the front of the car and take out most of that front of the car and just leave the back of the car in there. So like kind of like that. So we're aiming to edit just the back of the car near the back wheels. I want to take those highlights down, contrast, maybe the black. There, you get a lot of, you're losing it right there. I'm losing it. See if we can, I'm gonna come back later and do that. I wanna add another mask for the sky. It just doesn't feel like there's a lot of sun coming in right here. So I want to add a little bit more of this. Yeah, there we go. But I want to take the car out of this mask as well. So we're gonna subtract objects, take the car out of that mask. Let's I didn't crop this, so it was already cropped. Oh, so there's more in this image. Let's see. Yeah, let's go back to a little bit. I'm gonna recrop your photo, dude. Oh, I know what I want to do. I wanted to come down to sharpening and take some of that sharpness out of the whole photo. Let's take some of the sharpness out and then go to luminance. Luminance is going to be your denoise, manual denoise reduction. It's basically, in my head, it's your AI removing the noise that's on the photo. Your noise is what's going on right here. A lot of specs, a lot of details that are missing. I mean, you still have some details, but we kind of want to smooth this out a little bit. So denoise, put some color denoise on there, and then you come back here and it's doing a little better. If we go all the way up here, like, kind of looks AI generated. Let's go 19-ish. I'm interested in this part right here. I feel like the blacks right here are really dark. Yeah, I'm liking that. There's one more thing. I don't have a lot of bottom of this photo. I mean, I do, but I don't, because the car's, if I go back to this, the car's framed wrong. The car is framed wrong. If I go here, I guess, I will say this is a sick photo. Like shooting a GTR in the rain. And if it's where I think it is, it's a hard spot. I'm not sure, does it? It's just, I mean, it's a sick photo. Get a polarizer. Go here. Add some darkness. Do it again on the other side. Right there. Yeah. I think that's going to be my final for this photo. Maybe. Let me think. I don't mind that. I don't mind that either. Going a little bit more to that orange theme, orange and black. All right. My final thoughts on this photo is the photo's really nice and it's very well taken, and honestly the spot's really good. Get a polarizer ND filter. It'll help you a lot with your rollers. That's about it. That's my main comments. I think the photo's really nice. I do like the car. The wing on this car is really cool. My only comment, and remove this. What are you doing back there? Let's remove it. Let's get you out of there. Come here. Remove. No, that's good enough. You can't even tell it was there. Get that shit box out of here. Get it out. Now we have just our car by itself. Now we're back and the car photo gets updated. I think this photo turned out really well. Get a polarizer on your camera, get an ND filter, and you can lower your shutter speed just a little bit when you get the ND filter. Let's see what we want to do next. Let's do this one. Yeah, why not? Let's just do this one next. So this photo was taken, I'm pretty sure, at Cars and Coffee that I was at last year. I'm almost positive I walked past this car. Let's start on this. Where do we want to start? Let's start by talking about the settings on this photo. So we have 1/100 per second for shutter speed, f5, and ISO 100. Not bad settings, honestly. It's shot on a Canon EOS R50. You're getting a lot of this stuff in the background really in focus, which it's okay. The photo's good. Can we rotate it a little less of that? We can't. Oh. No, let's go back. We can't. So I like the car, but your angle of the photo is a little bit aggressive. I do this a lot with my photos, but I think your whole angle is really aggressive. I would have liked to have seen like a little less. I'm not going to be able to edit it like that, but a little less of that angle, a little less of that angle. More like this. Let's just go back. We can edit it like this. So let's go in here, exposure up. I'm going to drop the contrast, drop the highlights. Shadows up, whites up just a little bit, blacks down. Come in here to our curves and little S curve. So let's go a little up. No, let's do it backwards. Let's do it like that. All right. Go down here, do the vibrance up just a little bit, saturation down just a little bit. Right here in those blues, right there. Sorry, I'm getting really into editing this photo. And let's subject select the car. It's kind of hard because it is going to be at a weird angle. Shadows up, down on the blacks just a little bit, whites down. I think should do highlights up. I can't really see it. How are we doing? Contrast up a little bit, clarity, texture, take the clarity down just a little bit. All right, invert that mask. Drop those highlights down. Let me fix that. Drop the highlights down. Sorry, when I edit the photo, kind of like jumps around the screen and I just kind of watch it because I'm more focused on the car than actually where the photo is. Let's go to a linear mask. So you have all of this space right here. And it's good because you're getting the car in the bottom third of the photo because photography rules. Bottom third, you're down there good enough. You still have a bunch of this room. A thing I like to do with all of my photos is when I get that extra space at the bottom, I'll come in with a linear gradient and I'll push that linear gradient from the corner, or basically aligned with the bottom of the car. So there's a line underneath that car. I'll come up and I'll meet that line at the same angle that the car is. And I'll drop the exposure down. I'll drop the black down a little bit. And then this photo, there's a lot of color down there. We're gonna take out some of the saturation in that area. We're gonna come down to texture, lower that texture down, lower that clarity down, and then come back with dehaze. And we're gonna pull that forward just a little bit more. And we're gonna come in and remove the subject from that mask. Come here, we're gonna duplicate this. So we're gonna come in, we're gonna create a mask for the sky since we already need a mask for the sky. We're gonna duplicate and invert that mask from the sky. Now we've captured everything but the sky, which is what we're getting into now. We're gonna now subtract the car. Now we have everything else but the car. Let's do a linear gradient from the bottom, like we did earlier with that mask. We're gonna add a little bit more. We really just want the things behind the car. We want to subtract the car from that stuff. So use some contrast, pull that contrast up, take some of the shadows out back there, take some of the whites out. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, now we're going to the sky. For the sky, we are gonna dehaze it. We are going to adjust the temperature, but let's drop it down to the blues, and then let's saturate it a little bit. Clarity, do we want a clear sky? I wouldn't mind losing some clarity and adding some texture. And then upping the shadows areas, highlight. Let's leave those highlights alone. Contrast, let's get some contrast in there. All right, so we went from this photo right here to this photo. Here's the two differences. I think it's a good photo. The car is really cool. There's just too much going on in the background. I mean, it would be good for like Instagram. If you were to go back to the same day and retake this photo, I'd reframe the car. I would say your car needs to be more like not as aggressive. So you need to be, see how it's like slanted down towards the bottom corner? You need to be less towards the bottom corner. More towards like the side wall right there. This image wouldn't have been bad. The crop is gonna be terrible, but let's see if I can actually adjust that. The crop is terrible, but like this. If your car is less aggressive towards that corner, it's gonna make your photo look 1,000 times better. I'm not gonna crop it, I'm gonna leave it as it is. The photo looks good, the settings are good for the camera that you have. I think you have a polarizer on. Your windshield looks like you have a polarizer on. It looks good. You have a Honda Civic Si in front of Bubba's, which is a pizza restaurant. Sick. I know who shot this. I was actually on this photo shoot and set this photo shoot up. This was shot by my friend Sam, and yeah, we shot this car the other day. So, all right, let's edit this real quick. All right, so we have a lot to go through. Let's brightness, take out the contrast, highlights up, shadows up, whites up, blacks up a little bit. Let's get our S curve there, take that down. Let's do another one of these colors. I'm gonna speed run this one since I've already been on this photo shoot. Oh, no, go back. Copy, paste, temperature. Let's not do that. Let's go, not that way. Vibrance up, that up, come here. I was in the blues. Let's go here, do the same blue. I don't wanna go to the other stuff. Let's go here. Shadows on the car. I think I need to take some of the black out of the photo. Let's bring that back here. Yeah. Go here, contrast, highlights, duplicate. Let's take the highlights down, shadows up, whites up. Let's frame this car right there. Good enough. Very weird angle you took, Sam. We're gonna put this down here. That. Come here to the sky. Add a big flare. And that's a speed edit. So we went from this to this. I think it looks good. So I was at this car meet last year. I ended up taking almost a photo just like this one. It's right. This is one of the photos that I did. So let's see what this photo was taken on. Let's see who did this. So Kristen Lawrence, you shot on a Nikon D3400 and 48 millimeters at 1/120 f/14. Let's talk about this because I don't understand why we're at f/14. Let's talk about your settings. So your ISO's in a good area. Let's take your shutter speed and bump it up higher. The car's not going anywhere, but also you want to just stay focused on the car. So f/14 in this photo, you're getting everything around this photo in focus. The ground is going to be in focus. If you go to 1.8, the car is going to be in focus no matter what. So being at f/14 seems a little aggressive. So let's bump your shutter speed up and drop your f-stop as low as they can go. You have a 16 to 80 millimeter f2.8 to 4.0 on this camera. Use 2.8, use f2.8 because you're gonna get the actual photo, the actual car in focus 100% of the time. Being at f/14 is way too aggressive. So let's edit this photo. Let's just make it black and white. Let's see. Is that it, grunge? There we are. Boom. Take those textures all the way up. Take that clarity all the way up. Boom. Done. You have an edited photo. Sick. Charlie, I'm going to edit one of these. Let me decide real quick. I think I decided I want to edit this one earlier. You're shooting on a Canon EOS Rebel T6i, which this is a great camera, in my opinion, for your money. If you are a beginner photographer and you want to get a camera for cheap, get a Canon EOS Rebel T6i. It's a good camera. Get this camera. So let's go into this. You're properly lit for everything. The sky's properly lit. The car's properly lit. You're good. Expose a little bit more. Exposure. Take out some contrast. Drop the highlights. Open the shadows. Drop the whites. Drop the blacks a little bit. We're going to go into here and we're going to give this an S curve. Go up. Go down. Go down. I like to add another one here and bring both of them up just a little bit. Go to your color curves and we are going to aim more towards the cyans in some parts of this photo. Right there. Yeah, I'm liking this. I like this photo. Vibrance up, saturation up, give it more red, that color. Go here, go there, go. Hurry. Camera's overheating. Love it. Linear gradient at the bottom. Drop, drop. Sky. We got a lot going on. Let's bring some exposure back into it. Come over here. Your sun's coming in from this way. We need a little bit more of that sun on the whole photo, so we're gonna expose a little bit more. This is a sick location, to be honest with you. And then I wanna come in here and do a landscape mask. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Actually, we're just gonna do a radial gradient through the middle of the photo, right there. Subtract the car, take out the car. We're gonna do some contrast right there. Contrast, take out some shadows, take out some white. No, I like this. Go here, make these more aggressive. A lot of more aggressive. Background, duplicate and invert. Clarity, yeah. Let's sharpen, luminance. Can we add I'm doing it. Adding a little bit of grain. Did I cook? Someone tell me, did I cook? I don't want to crop it, but I need to. Right there, I'm gonna crop it right there. Exposure, the whole image, up, no, down. Right there, I'm gonna leave it. Don't touch it. It looks good. This is a good photo. And the car is kind of sick. I don't even know what kind of car this is, a Forester? No idea. It's sick. Good photo. And why didn't you invite me on this photo shoot? This is sick. We went in and edited some of my followers' photos. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment below. If you want to be a part of one of these where I edit your photos, follow me on Instagram. I usually post on my story where you send me your photos and then I'll edit them. So thank you so much. Let me know how I did on editing these photos, and thank you to everybody that sent me their photos because honestly, some of them were really good. Thank you.